welcome to Previewed, where friends don't let friends review movies alone.
I'm Adam.
And I'm Jay.
And today we're going to react, review, riff, and at the end we're going to rate the brand new Doctor Strange sequel, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Or more of like a... whatever the hand sign, they gotta have somebody who's like cataloged all of what the hand signs are to figure out that they keep actual
Magic.
Yes, circles, magic, or stars through the holes of universes. So we literally just got back.
We literally
from
just
the
got
movie,
back.
probably the first showing today into the city. So Jay, what did you think of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness? Oh, this is no spoilers, by the way. No spoilers up top.
This is our no spoiler
No
section.
spoiler section.
Welcome to the no spoilers.
No spoilers. This is gonna be kind of hard.
It's so fresh and so clean. Brought to you by Febreze.
Oh.
No spoil. Just leaving it open for anyone who wants to sponsor our content. This is the Febreze, the Febreze no spoiler zone. Oh, it smells so fresh and clean in here because there ain't nothing spoiling. All right. That's their new slogan.
Yep.
Just look at us.
Doesn't
being
spoil it here.
Okay.
All right.
I really liked this movie. But I liked this movie... I liked this movie in the large meta perspective rather than in the zoomed in perspective. A lot of things that happened in this movie, and a lot of things that get set up. Like, this movie does a very nice job of settling the multiverse and what it's probably going to mean going forward.
Yes.
Very effectively. Because Multiverse has been hanging out up here because we had WandaVision kind of like tipper-tapper with it, and then Spider-Man completely just like kicked the hole in the wall.
Well, Loki.
And Loki, yeah, absolutely. Like, it's been kind of like, okay, where are we going? What we're doing? And this movie was like, all right, yep, and here we are. This is what we do now. Welcome to the multiverse, nerds. And it did a nice job of that. I mean, nerds are like the nice way,
Yes.
you know?
So you enjoyed the film?
Very much so. Very much so. There are some moments. Also, I think Sam Raimi was the one thing I was worried about with this movie.
Which I am shocked to hear. But
Well, I mean, look, we all know that, like, yes, he gave us the original Spider-Mans, and that's great, but he also gave us that third one.
it
you
was
know what
not
I
his
mean?
fault.
Not his fault.
Not his fault.
But,
It was under his leadership, yes.
I mean, the buck's got to stop somewhere.
Sure.
So I was kind of like, okay, I don't know. But also he's got Feige behind him rather than, you know, who he had at Sony. But anyways, but there are such Raimi things that happen in this. Such Evil Dead Raimi that I was not anticipating, but should have been, in a way that, like, I was like, oh, he was 100% the right person for the job here.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. It was a little bit more violent than I had anticipated.
Yes, it
for
was.
a Marvel property, I was like, ooh, woo, woo, they're doing it. Okay, all right. Offense? Wow. Okay. It was just very fun, and it set up Doctor Strange. It put him in a nice headspace for me. Because again, Doctor Strange has kind of been wibbling and wobbling up here. We're like, what are we doing with this guy? Who really is this guy? They've been giving us little bits and pieces here and there. Like, you know, What If was even a nice exploration into what he was. But this was just like, nope, this is who we've got. This is your Doctor Strange now. And I'm like, yeah, good, great. He's like locked in my opinion.
Yes.
What about you? How'd you like it? Huh? Okay.
Now, don't turn off the video, please. I really enjoyed seeing these 2 hours of Marvel content. I was going in expecting a movie, and what I got was 2 hours of Marvel content, of which it was amazing and awesome and extremely creative and just visual. And it gave me things that, hey, characters I know and like from other things that show up here. Oh my God, this is amazing!
This is a spoiler-free zone.
That's why I left it all vague.
Febreze will pull their
very
sponsorship.
vague, very vague, very vague. It was very awesome, very creative. Sam Raimi did an amazing job, but this is just my personal taste.
No, and since you explained it to me on the train ride home, your opinion holds water.
I would argue that Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness is not a movie. It is just 2 hours of the next installment of Marvel, which is not bad.
It's not bad.
It's great. We all love it. There's a reason why Marvel Studios is like one of the top studios on the planet, because it's cranking out good stuff. And this movie is good, awesome, just the best Marvel stuff. But for the first time, it's not in a movie format.
There's not, the 3-act structure is not totally...
It's not really there.
Drawn out. You also, I think the best point you brought up to me while we were on the train is when you said, if you haven't seen WandaVision, this doesn't totally work.
It really does not work. It truly doesn't. Because, like, the movie does what a movie's supposed to do.
The stakes just aren't as high with her.
Without seeing WandaVision.
Without seeing WandaVision.
Because they give Wanda a little scene in the movie of just like, hey, this is where she is at the start of this film. She misses her kids. And that is clearly shown in that scene.
But
if you hadn't seen all 9 episodes to see what she went through and what happened at the end of it,
to get her to that point,
then you you really don't know what's going on. And hell, even the movie kind of just starts and like it just goes.
This movie, it clips. I got to give it credit because
it's 2 hours and it just
goes. I will say this, and we were talking about this earlier. We talked earlier. Have I mentioned that?
At which part when we were talking earlier?
On the train.
On the train.
Yeah.
Not before the train or after the train? Just the train part specifically?
This is one of the first Marvel movie that we've gotten that I think is thinking in way more in the macro rather than micro. Because yes, it doesn't necessarily follow like true movie structure, but I think once you zoom out, this is a movie that is thinking way more bigger picture from a what's happening. And like we were talking about earlier, it does land the multiverse plane.
Oh, it really does.
Way, so I'm okay with it.
Oh, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, because I was like...
I'm perfectly fine with what happened here. It's great. It's just, I think this is the first time, truly, that we are now in this is the new Phase 4 stuff of like, this movie really is tightly woven into other content you've seen that you kind of need to see. Yeah. The other movies, all the movies leading up to were individual movies that just happened to be one sequentially after the other.
Yeah.
Things tied together, but you didn't really need to see Ant-Man 2 to get this. You really didn't need to see Captain Marvel to get this.
I'm okay with it.
But now it's like, it's getting tighter with all the different threads.
With it because this is what we've wanted out of comic book properties
Don't
forever.
Get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I'm not angry about this. I was surprised that this was the first one. Over 10 years of movies.
Yeah.
Even with
I have met someone that has only seen the last 2 Avengers movies and has never seen anything else.
Oh.
I was like, oh, how'd you like them? They're like, it was fun. And I'm like, didn't completely, but like, yeah, no, I don't really get any of the references. I'm like, they're like, they were only okay. And I'm like, no, but also, why? Who hurt you?
Yeah, why did you not?
That you only saw these 2 ones. Excuse me? Like, well, it was the biggest movies of the summer, so I had to see it. I'm like,
oh, okay.
Okay. Like, I'm just getting a nosebleed. Yeah. Like, fun. Neat. What?
So, yeah, it's good Marvel. It's fantastic. It's Marvel at the top of its game.
Yeah,
it's that movie. It's that good movie budget, and Sam Raimi doing it. The visuals are fantastic. It's so very creative.
It is the first comic book movie that I understand why, like, Scorsese and stuff is like, these comic book movies aren't really movies. Like, I get, if you were talking about this movie in particular, I'd be like, I see your point.
Yeah. The other one's like, no, man, this is like, even like Spider-Man.
Yeah.
No Way Home was a movie.
Totally.
Shang-Chi was a movie.
Shang-Chi was probably like one of the from a beat perspective, one of the strongest, tightest stories.
Yeah.
Like, the hero's journey in that is like so clear, like crystal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So this one, go see it. Absolutely go see it.
Guys, go.
You're gonna love it.
Go.
You're gonna love it.
Go.
Just as a heads up, if you're expecting a movie, you're not going to get it. You're going to get 2 hours of Marvel. And it threw me just a little bit.
And some of the character growth is a little bit more subtle. Mm-hmm. Some of it's like way over the top, but in a good way. But like, you know, Strange's journey is a little bit more subdued. But I think with what this Doctor Strange we got in this, it tracks.
Oh, absolutely.
I think we need to enter the spoilers.
Oh, we definitely, yes.
Because it's like, it's just boiling at the top of my head.
Yes.
Spoilers!
Spoilers.
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 All of the goodness from that movie. I think we should probably try to go chronologically. There's a lot, so let's try to remember it chronologically. I know you don't want. We want to jump to the middle.
You always want to go chronologically.
Only because if we don't, we're gonna miss out on the beginning stuff.
Okay, you're right. I'll defer to you.
Okay. Starting the whole movie off with America Chavez just running for her life against that crazy ass monster.
They said, "Here's America Chavez. She's multiverse. Haha, ta-da. That's all we needed, and it was great. Like, it was perfect. They didn't over-explain her.
They really didn't.
There was like 10 minutes in, I was like, so are they gonna give us any backstory from? No. Then they did. They gave us just enough to get the like. To get it to attach to the other side of the reel, and then we're off to the races. Mm-hmm. It was great. She was so charming.
She was extremely charming right from the beginning. But the movie set the tone that this is a Raimi movie, and they kind of let him off the chain a little bit when Doctor Strange. I'm sorry, the 616 version of Doctor Strange, which I'm kind of surprised they let the movie universe like have that notation.
Yeah,
because that's the comic verse. But cool.
That was a big deal.
It was kind of a big deal, but also kind of makes it easier, I think, for just corporate synergy.
Yeah.
But like the fact that opening fight against that, beholder or whatever you want to call it,
the big
eyeball tentacle guy,
ink squid monster,
that he shoved the light post through his eye. I was like, oh, that's neat. Oh, and then the eye falls out, and then like all the way out, and you could hear people at our theaters like, oh. Because we've never really seen that in a Marvel film. Because it was quite like, oh Jesus, that went right in his eyeball.
Those of you who ever want like a little taste of our reaction, I very quietly said to myself, "Goo, ooh, okay, all right." But it was just a little bit over the top from a violence perspective that sets up what we get going forward, and it's very clearly you can see Raimi going to the camera and being like. You know I directed Evil Dead, right? You remember those? Yeah. That's why I'm here right now. It wasn't the Spider-Mans. It's Evil Dead. That's why I'm doing this movie. Like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah. Great job, bud. And also we got to see Wong doing Wong things.
Yeah!
That was great to see.
I'm very happy he didn't die.
Yes.
I was a little nervous because it seemed like everyone was like, someone's gonna die in Endgame. Who's it gonna be? Better be Captain America. Captain America's gonna die. It's gonna be Captain. It's like everyone's like, oh, it's gonna be Wong. Wong's gonna go. Like, please don't kill Wong. Please don't kill Wong. Everyone loves Wong.
I think Wong being Sorcerer Supreme and Strange not being in our universe is. I think it's great for the dynamic between the two of them, from that perspective. But I think it's also from what we learned going through the movie. I think it's a large factor in what has kept our Stephen Strange from not going power mad.
That's probably a very good point. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just great. It's good Wong doing Wong things. And then, because this movie clips...
Yeah, right, we're 15 minutes in. By the way, Wong's the bad guy.
Well, yeah.
Like 15, yeah.
One is the bad guy.
They almost immediately, they have some pizza, they get a little bit of the backstory, and I have an idea who I can go ask. It's that scene from the trailer. Oh, by the way, Juan's the bad guy.
Yeah.
Like, what?
And here's the thing. There's no coyness about Wanda being the bad guy.
No.
And in the moment, one of my favorite moments of just, because you go just to a movie to with these movies you go to with a crowd to experience the humanity and the response from everyone. And one of my favorite moments from you, when that happened, when she was just like, oh, and like, where's America right now? And you just go, he didn't say her name was America. Because I didn't catch it. But like, you just like, he didn't say. And then that beat, and she was just like, you didn't say her name was America, did you? And I was like, oh no. Oh no. Oh, that was, but again, if you've never seen WandaVision, you really don't you don't understand the stakes of kind of where she's at. Because the one thing about Wanda being the bad guy of this movie that really works is that you, like, it's completely and utterly insane what she's doing.
Yes, it really, truly is.
But you get it.
Oh, sure.
But you get it.
Well, I mean, I remember specifically the moment when we're at the end of WandaVision, after the credits scene or whatever, when she's in the little hut, and then we see her, you know, camera moves through, and then she's with, you know, her astral selves with the Darkhold doing the thing, and I remember saying, oh, no good can come of this.
Yeah.
Proven right a year later. Unfortunately. Because, hell, I mean, she even had the Agatha, her fingers were blackened by the use of the dark magic. Like,
This has proven to me why we need an Agatha show, though, because I need to know where Agatha got the Darkhold. Sorry, keep going.
Yes!
I was like, how does Agatha...
Because the Darkhold, they keep, you know, referencing it throughout the multiverse of, like, every universe got a Darkhold, and it's bad news no matter which universe you're in.
Yeah, but that was my first thought, and they're like, every universe has one of these, and I was like, well, then how did Agatha get it? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But, honestly, I was a little... I think one part of the reason why I'm kind of like, this movie's kind of sitting funky with me, because I really don't like seeing heroes fall to evil.
It has to happen every once in a while.
I know it has to. Oh, absolutely, sure. But, like, having Wanda just go full tilt, like, yep, I don't care. Even when she's like, they're like, hey, what happens to those kids' moms? You're gonna take your own kids away from another version of you? What, you're gonna put her through? And she's just like, no, don't care.
Yeah,
like,
but it's good. But with what they've set up, interestingly enough, like, yes, Wanda's the Vision, but one thing, the villain, not the Vision. Well, but there's a white Vision around.
Vision?
Where was he?
Hey, Viz.
Hey, Viz, you weren't dead.
Hey, Viz. So, like, if the ship of Theseus, right, changes all of its planks.
Hey, Viz, you weren't dead. You weren't dead.
Is it still the ship of Theseus?
Like, you're still the ship. What? Anyways, neither here nor there. But one thing that sets up, like, yeah, Wanda is the villain, but also, and the thing I really liked the most about this movie was that, like, Wanda is indeed the villain, but Steven is also kind of the villain in this movie as well, because we learn when they go into the multiverse, and they meet the powers that be. They're like, hey bud, in every single other dimension other than yours, Wanda's not the one doing this. It's you, homie. It's you. And that creates, like, yes, we have an external, like, villain in Wanda, but we also have that, like, inner villain of Steven. Like,
yeah, well, which we kind of got from last year from What If.
And he has to, like, overcome himself.
Mm-hmm. The fact that most versions of him in the multiverse turn evil, that's very compelling.
Very good. It's very good.
It was just hard. You know what it was? It was hard seeing Wanda just roll in to the Academy and just be like, I'm trying to be reasonable.
Who was that Minotaur?
Who was that Minotaur? Minotaur survived.
I loved Minotaur. Minotaur survived. I liked Minotaur.
Minotaur better also return.
I need to know more about Minotaur.
But she was just murking people.
Yeah, dude.
And it was
dissolving fools.
It was just hard to see how, watching her go through all this stuff and when we meet back up with her, she's just past even caring anymore.
I was totally into it.
I know you were.
I was like, woo,
I had a hard time with it.
Woo, get it done.
I was having a hard time with it.
Yeah, but you also didn't read, like, Avengers Disassembled.
I did not.
You didn't read that stuff. Like, when Wanda's just like, she just goes nuts and it's just like, oh, there's a Kree invasion. No, there's not. What are you talking about? No, there is now. Boop. Like, oh no, she blew up. Oh, she killed Jarvis. Like, ooh, woo! She killed a lot of people in that book. So I get it, and I'm into it.
Oh, sure.
Because also, let's be 100% real. Like, in the MCU, with what they said, as soon as they were like, oh, you're the all-powerful cosmic being, I was like, oh man, she's not sticking around for a while. There's no way. Because it turns into, a lot of people were like, Scarlet Witch should have just absolutely obliterated Thanos. Why are we even having this conversation? I'm like, you're right. I mean, you're right. You're right. And that's why she's got to go. As much as I love her, but...
You think they solved their own Superman problem?
We'll see. We didn't see her die, dude.
we technically did not see her die. Also, when we saw the other version of her in the, Earth 838 or whatever, she also still had powers.
Yeah.
But she probably wasn't, she was not the Scarlet Witch.
No.
She was just a powered up, a normal Wanda.
Yeah.
Not the Scarlet Witch Wanda. Which, if they want to depower her a little bit so she can not just, instantly take out any threat. Like, oh no, Kang showed up. He's a multiversal threat. It's like, oh, I'm the Scarlet Witch. I'm also a multiversal threat. See ya.
Bye, dude.
Oh yeah, my statue's in the TVA. How you doing?
But I think that's why, and I think that there's holds some credit to that thing, to that moment beat happening in Loki. That's got to be Wanda, because that's the only thing that like would be a problem for him.
When
he's like,
time's up.
Like that lineup, there's no way that's not on purpose. All right, we're still going chronologically. Yes. I got us off on a tangent.
Okay. So, it's fine. So, all the fighty fights. I can't believe she's doing this. They get away, and let's just get to the jump. Going through all of those different universes, right? They're falling through that awesome scene, kind of like from the first one, where he's falling through all like the mirror dimensions and stuff like that, where their paint, their animation, their cubic, they're like that was just creativity on display. And I was like, that's just brilliant. And like, okay, whiteboard, what's a dimension? Just anything. All of these work fantastic. We could make them paint, sure. Why not?
Yeah.
Like and then the reference is like, were we paint for a second? Yeah, you don't want to get stuck there. That's that good.
Hey Marvel, hey Disney, next time I go to your parks, you better have pizza balls. That's all I'm saying. Those looked awesome. I don't know how they work, but figure it out. Cause are they kind of like beignets with pizza on top? Cause I'm into it, but they're like pizza balls. They missed an opportunity for a bit. They missed a huge opportunity for a bit with the pizza balls. You're like, oh, we have Dippin' Dots. It's the ice cream of the future. Yeah, I guess I think the height of all food is just like, just making it into balls.
Yeah.
Yeah. Freeze drying it. Come on now. Ice cream of the future. Dippin' Dots. You like Dippin' Dots? No, you don't.
I do not.
You've never had them.
I know I have. They're just kind of chalky. Okay. Let's talk about a little Illuminati, shall we?
Hey guys, the Illuminati's in this movie.
So it wasn't a multiverse Illuminati. It was just the Illuminati
of that place.
Of that place.
I mean, let's do a rundown.
Sure.
Okay, so we got Black Bolt.
Black Bolt, the guy from the show. Which was nuts. I never saw that show anyways, but that was nuts.
I thought it was refreshing because, and I think it's setting. I think this is a seed of a hope that maybe they could fix Inhumans.
Well, since Inhumans never actually really happened in the universe, if S.H.I.E.L.D. didn't, then Inhumans didn't either. So, who cares? And enough time's passed to be like, sure, Black Bolt, yep.
I liked that a lot.
Sure.
I like Black Bolt as a character. I think the humans can work.
His costume looked great, too.
He looked awesome. He looked like Black Bolt.
Yeah.
It's it's tricky. I mean, it's a tricky franchise. And we can all agree at the end of the day that, we all just wanted them to do X-Men. We never wanted you know what I mean? And Inhumans was like, we still don't own the rights to the mutants, so we're so sorry. Here's this. Like, we have X-Men at home. No, you don't. We do Inhumans. And then we have, you take the next one, because no one was more excited about it than you.
I think I was the only one that stood up out of my chair a little bit and fist pumped when Captain Carter showed up.
Yeah, he sure did.
Sure did. If I wasn't already more in love with Haley Atwell, I am now fully, totally standing her so hard.
Yeah, man.
That was, everyone, the Illuminati all dies in the movie, unfortunately, because it kind of had to. They had to get murked because to prove how powerful Wanda was.
Oh yeah.
But this can't be the only version live action of Captain Carter we get.
No.
She looked so good.
She was so awesome.
In the costume.
She was so awesome.
She was so awesome.
Yeah.
And if she's down to play around a little bit, because her episodes were the best ones of What If last year.
Oh yeah, man, with a bullet.
I need more of her, please.
Yeah.
Please, God, it's an alternate universe. There are multiple other versions of her.
I'm telling you.
Please, have her come back.
When she said I could do this all day, this kid almost melted into a puddle. He was loving it.
Well, I saw the setup coming, and she's like, whatever Wanda says, like, she can do this all day. Spit out
And then, on the flip side of that coin, I think the person in our theater that literally completely, absolutely lose their mind more than anything is that We got Reed Richards. Because here's the thing. We kind of knew Captain Carter was going to be there. Black Bolt was interesting, but it's not. But they just were like, hey, John Krasinski is Reed Richards, and we're doing Fantastic Four. Hold on to your butts, nerds. Here comes the boom.
And he looked
good.
He looked good.
He looked good. It was just like, I was like, he only had like 4 lines, but I was like, no, I understand who this guy is. This is good.
Well, that was the other thing. Just thinking about it now. John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic had more of a gravitas and like leadership and like, I know what's going on. You need to understand more so than any other movie version we've seen of that character.
In the comic books, you have to remember, like, in the comic books, in the Marvel universe, Reed Richards is usually the smartest guy in the room.
Yeah.
It turned into, like, we had, like, Iron Man, I can build anything, all these genius smart people. And Reed Richards was always the one that was like, no, I actually know what we gotta kill Galactus? I built this tiny little gun that could do it. And it's like, you're insane, dude. He's like, yeah, I don't know. I'm super friggin' smart. But he's, like, also kind of charming. I'm into it. Man, into it.
That's the thing. He's got that Krasinski charm. That helps.
It's not overt. It's not overt,
no.
Yes.
Yes, it's not overt. It helps because I've always had a problem with Mr. Fantastic, and because this is like, you're kind of a dick, and I don't understand why Sue's with you, and like, he's like, I'm just so smart, and it's like, he's not relatable. He wasn't very relatable.
No.
But Krasinski makes him relatable.
Yeah.
And then we had Captain Marvel's friend from the first movie actually get the powers.
Yeah.
So she was Captain Marvel.
Which I'm looking forward to see that what if.
That was cool.
That was great.
And then, of course, we had the 90s version of Charles Xavier rolled in with the music stings. By the way,
heads up. 97 music stings.
The people who were behind the sound design of this movie did a fantastic job because they just
with the yellow hovering wheelchair. I was like, and not only was it like, it wasn't. Here's the thing, it wasn't a bit, because like we got to see Professor X try to save the other Wanda from the Scarlet Witch's brain and then get murdered. They were active participants in this movie. It wasn't just like hey, here they are, isn't that fun? Moving on.
We got to see all of them be awesome and then get murdered.
Not just defeated.
But like,
they were straight up Sam Raimi directed 5 different Mortal Kombat fatalities that the Scarlet Witch just unleashed on these fools. What was your favorite one? I already know what mine was.
I think it was probably Reed Richards.
Oh, because when she turned him into balloons and then popped his head and blood went everywhere? Oh, I already know what mine is. Black Bolt, dude. With one whisper, he can obliterate you. With one word from his mouth. Just like, what mouth? And then he went, bah! In his brain, and he did the Felicity for Mission Impossible 3. Like one of his eyes went sideways, and it was just like, dude, he's dead. Oh no! But it set the tone perfectly because it was like,
oh, we're gonna lose everybody.
Oh no!
Oh, we just got him.
No. Captain Carter got cut in half. Nova should have said, "Hey, Peg, get out of here. You need to go. You've got a kicky little jetpack and a shield and super soldier serum. You're out. You run. Run. Ugh.
Did you see how they kill Thanos there in their universe?
Wait, no. How did he kill Thanos?
Oh, they stabbed him through the heart with his double-bladed sword.
Oh.
The scene where they took out their Stephen Strange.
Oh.
Thanos just got
a cool
sword sticking out of him. Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah.
Seeing other versions of Endgame, hey.
Yeah.
Marvel. We can get a couple more of those. That'd be pretty cool.
And also showing us Black Bolt, like, obliterating Stephen Strange with a very quiet, I'm sorry, was like, oh yeah, no, again, little seeds that maybe Inhumans can be reworked. Maybe.
This movie was laying the seeds of like, hey, this is probably a lot of the stuff's going to be the future of the MCU.
Yeah.
Also, please more live action Captain Carter. Moving past that, because that was all amazing. The fact that Stephen then goes on to learn that he's the menace of the multiverse.
Mm-hmm.
And
incredible.
And then defeating himself with probably the most creative fight I've ever heard in my life. Fighting with notes in the air and then having like a full orchestra.
It was just fun. It was fun watching him get creative with his magic in this. Like when he like turned it into a buzzsaw and cut the bus in half. It was like there's clearly some artistry starting to come into our Doctor Strange, and it's not just like. That was really fun, because I was like, oh yeah, magic doesn't have to just be the weird circles all the time. Like, we can get a little frisky with it, which I think was really fun to see. Yeah, that was really cool.
That was a very, very good fight, and the fact that it was just like, oh yeah, I'm just going to pluck this little heart, bing, and you're dead. Pow!
Yeah.
Like, it was so good, and then he puppets a dead version of himself from the beginning of the movie. That was just...
in the most Sam Raimi, like... And then controls the evil devils trying to drag him to hell because he's not supposed to be doing that.
It makes a cape
out of him. And makes a
him.
bat cape out of him. Just...
A cape of souls? That was so cool.
That was so metal, and I was like, oh yeah, they're really just... Yeah, this is getting weird. I love it. Yeah. Yeah.
Final battle with Wanda, and America harnesses her powers and finally gives her what she wants, which is what I honestly thought was what they were going to do, was going to be the ultimate solution to it, was that they get the good book, and Steven's like, I can just... Your kids. There you go. No reason to be evil anymore, Wanda. You can have your kids.
Yeah.
And then atone for your things. Maybe she goes off to, somehow figure out an atonement or whatever. But like, yeah, I really thought that was going to be the solution to the thing.
Just showing her what her end goal would end up looking like.
Yeah.
That scene, man. When the Scarlet Witch is kneeling on the ground and like the other Wanda is just
with the kids from WandaVision. By the way, kids, good job. Very good job, kids.
Great job.
Happy to see them back.
Yeah.
I was also a little surprised Wanda offed herself.
No, but she just realized that she was like, this is never gonna...
I'm a monster. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a little sad. I mean, it was great. It was very sad to see a hero fall that far.
But also, where was Vision? We understand you're a boat now, but... I didn't understand the reference. The metaphor got wildly out of pocket. Vision's a boat?
He's a boat, not the boat, but he's a boat?
Conceptually
They're
a boat?
They're both boats? I don't know anymore.
But don't boats have to have female names? So, I don't get it.
Vision McVision.
See, now I'm gonna get a boat named Vision.
An all-white boat.
An all-white boat.
So... You know what? Really good 2 hours of Marvel content.
Had a great time.
It was great.
But you got that earworm in my head. The more I think about the structure, I was like, oh yeah, this was just a really, really long Marvel television show episode.
Pretty much.
Which is, I don't care, but yeah.
But, so, questions left remaining to need to be answered. Is Wanda really dead? I hope
we didn't see her die.
We didn't see her die. We didn't see her body. Like Wong falling off, halfway through the film. Like, he's fine. He's fine. I don't know how he survived, but
if we don't see him die, then
yeah.
Fine. It's like, oh, is Black Bolt dead? Yeah, he got his brain exploded by his own.
Yeah.
He blew the back of his head off.
Jeez.
Oh my god, that was nuts.
That
was nuts, dude. That was nuts, and that like sets a level of violence in the Marvel movies in a way that I was like, oh, okay, is this how we're gonna do this now? Okay.
Well, everything was graphic without being graphic.
All right.
Right. The eyeball falling out of the thing's head at the beginning was kind of cartoony.
Yeah, but still kind of.
But still,
you saw that root of the eye come out.
Oh,
sure.
No! Like his head, the back of his head exploded, but like it was still kind of like mostly contained by the thing. You saw it kind of poop, but you didn't see a whole lot of gore.
Yeah.
Captain Marvel got squished, Captain Carter got cut in half, but we didn't really see it, right? We heard it, and we saw the shield, but we didn't, So they kind of. And balloons are adorable. Everyone loves balloons.
Until they pop into blood.
Until they pop.
Into blood.
So the question is, what's going on with that third eye on Steven's forehead? And who the hell is Charlize Theron? Because a couple of people in theater seemed like, whoa! Like they knew what was going on. I wowed because it was Charlize Theron.
Yeah, I have no idea who the character is.
But she's clearly a character.
And also, yeah, Stephen Strange is also one of those characters that people just showing up randomly on the street like that, I'm like, yeah, okay. I believe that. And also the post credit sequence of just
Bruce Campbell just punching himself
and being like, it's over. And I was like,
There were a couple times where they broke the fourth wall. I don't know if you noticed it. There were Bruce Campbell at the end. There was Wanda in the middle of it when she first sleepwalks into her version in 838.
Oh, yeah.
There's a brief moment where she locks eyes with the camera. I think she's like looking at the window, but she locks eyes with the camera and then moves on and it cuts over to the but it was like
no
spooky.
It's purposeful.
Yeah. And Sam Raimi did a fantastic job with this.
Yeah.
So, what happens next? Where will Stephen Strange pop up next? When will we next get Captain Carter? That's really what I'm most concerned about.
Yeah, for real.
For Captain Carter.
For real, dude.
So, Jay, how would you rate Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness?
Man, this one's getting 5 out of 5 dead Illuminati, man. Yeah. I mean, that's really what we're gonna walk away from this. I was like, we just got Krasinski. No! Ah! How dare you!
We just got Xavier 97 Savior. Oh no!
They just maybe confirmed it. X-Men. It's a big deal. Oh, we're gonna just snap his neck like. She snapped his neck like Revenant's finisher. Just popped him behind him like blam. I was like, okay, cool, man. Patrick Stewart's an old guy. Don't even joke about it. I don't know. All right,
it's quite good. Well, how would you guys rate the movie? What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments below, or hop on our Discord channel where lots of fun, cool people are talking about lots of fun, cool stuff. We'd love to have you join the conversation. The link is down below in our description box. So while you're down there, please like, subscribe, hit that bell.
To that YouTube that you do so well. Guacamole's extra. You blowing your own brains out, weirdos? You. What mouth? Uh-oh. Oh, no.
You know what the other good thing about this movie is?
Yeah.
Mephisto still somewhere out there in the multiverse.
Yeah, well.
He's still waiting to be confirmed. One day it's going to happen, everybody. Other videos popping up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Please watch this. We would appreciate it as much as we appreciate you watching this one. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.